students, in the last lecture we have discussed about the molecular formula and empirical formula, how to derive the molecular formula and empirical formula when the percentage composition is given. To understand those things, we should have a particular question and then you will be able to understand properly. So question is, what is the simplest formula of the compound? Simplest formula means this is empirical formula. Simplest formula means that is empirical formula. What is simplest formula? That is empirical formula. So whenever you have been asked to find out the simplest formula, that is empirical formula. And you have to find out the molecular formula also. And what is given? Compound is made up of carbon and hydrogen. And the percentage of carbon is 80% and percentage of hydrogen is 20%. So altogether 100%. So this compound has got only two type of element, carbon and hydrogen, and the percentage of atom is given, that is 80 and 20%. Now we have to find out empirical formula. The very first thing, we will make a chart like this, what I have given you. Very first column, we have got the name of the elements. In the second column, you write the percentage. First of all, you write the elements present. So how many elements are present? Only two elements present here. That is carbon and hydrogen. In the second column, write down the percentage of the carbon, that is 80%. For hydrogen, it is 20%. Now in the third column, you write down the atomic mass of the respective elements. For carbon, it is 12, and for hydrogen, it is 1. So now we have got the atomic mass. In the third column, what is written? Relative number of moles. How to find the relative number of moles? Now remember the idea. Relative number of moles. Now this percentage is considered as the total amount of elements. Percentage is considered as total amount of elements present in the atom. It is there. So total amount should be divided by atomic mass so that you can get the number of moles. Since here it is not an actual mass of the particular element, it is a percentage. So that is why we write relative number of moles. We have not written the number of moles. How to find the number of moles? Total amount divided by molar mass gives you the number of moles. But here it is not an actual amount, but this amount is given in percentage. So that is why we write relative number of moles. So how to find the relative number of moles? Percentage should be divided by atomic mass. So percentage 80 divided by atomic mass. 80 by 12, how much you are getting? 6.66. Now for the second element, we have got what is the percentage? 20. Atomic mass is 1. So how to find the relative number of moles? Percentage divided by atomic mass. So that is why 20 divided by 1, you are getting 20. Once you get the relative number of moles, here you have got only two elements. You may have more than two elements, three elements, four elements also. So in that relative number of moles, you find out which one is the least number of moles. Which one is the least number? That means सबसे कम. Least number of moles. So which is the least one? Here 6.66. That is why all the relative number of moles should be divided by this least number of moles, so that you get the simplest ratio. So simplest ratio is nothing. Simplest ratio is nothing, but it is a ratio of relative number of moles to the least relative number of moles. So for this, what is the relative number of moles? 6.66. And what is the least number of relative number of moles? Least relative number of moles 6.6. So that is why 6.6 divided by 6.6. How much you are getting? 1. Now here 20. So 20 is the relative number of moles for hydrogen. It should be divided by the least relative number of moles. Which one is the least relative number of moles? 6.66. That's why it was divided by 6.66. So how much you are getting? It is 3.003. So now in the next column we will write the simplest whole number. That means here you may get in the fraction. So you approximate it. You know the mathematics, how to approximate and how to make it in whole number. If certain decimal fraction which is very least near. So nearest whole number we write generally. So 1 is 1, but it is 3.003. This 003 is very least number. It can be neglected. It has no importance. So that is why 0.003 is neglected, and what is written 3. And sometimes there may be possible that here something might be like that cannot be neglected. Like that 3.003 instead of 3.003, suppose that you have got 3.5. Suppose that instead of having 3.003, you got 3.5. Then what you will do? This 0.5 cannot be neglected. It is a big number. It cannot be neglected. So how to do the approximation? In that case, you will multiply with a certain number, all the number, both like the two elements. So if we multiply 3.5 into 2, then how much you will get? 7. So since this one is multiplied with the 2, so this one should be multiplied with the 2 only. So it will be 2 and it will be 7. 3.5 will get converted into 7 because 2 is multiplied to avoid this fraction. Since this one is multiplied with the 2, so that's why this one also multiplied with the 2. Whatever the simple ratio is there, if it is not possible to neglect the number which is written after the decimal, in that case we have to multiply with certain number so that it can become whole number. So here to make the whole number, what we multiplied with the 3.5, we have multiplied with the 2. Since this one is multiplied with the 2, so this one should also be multiplied with the 2. In that case, the simplest whole number you will get 2 and 7. Okay. So for understanding, we have given you, because in certain other numericals you might get this type of situation. So that time you don't hesitate to do this. Okay. Here it is not necessary. Now you can see. So 1, 3. So now we have got the simplest whole number. Now this simplest whole number gives you the simplest ratio of the elements. Simplest ratio of the elements. What are the elements here? Carbon and hydrogen. Carbon and hydrogen atoms. So simplest ratio is 1:3. So that is why the empirical formula is, for carbon it is 1, that's why it is written C1. For hydrogen it is 3, that's why it is written H3. So what is the empirical formula you are getting? CH3. 1 is not written because you know that nothing is written, then there must be 1. Okay. Now I will find out the empirical mass. Empirical mass. What is empirical mass? So like in the same way you find out the molecular mass. So mass of the atoms added together. So for carbon it is 12. For hydrogen it is 1. 3 hydrogen atoms. That's why 1 into 3. So altogether you have got 15 AMU. So what is empirical mass? 15. Now molecular mass is given in the question 30 AMU. So you have written the 30 AMU. In the previous lecture we have discussed how to find out the factor. So factor is nothing but it is a ratio of the molecular mass to empirical mass. That means molecular mass divided by empirical mass. So molecular mass divided by empirical mass. How much you are getting? 2. So what is the factor? 2. What is the formula of the, how to find out the molecular formula? Molecular formula equal to empirical formula into factor. Empirical formula into whole number. So it is the whole number, it is the factor. So this is the empirical formula multiplied by the factor 2. So how much you are getting? C2, 3 2 is 6. C2 at 6 you are getting. 2 is multiplied here in this number. So here 1, so 1 2 is 2. And here 3, 3 2 is 6. So molecular formula what you are getting? C2 at 6. You must know what is C2 at 6. It is ethane. So now the finally answer you have got empirical formula CH3, molecular formula C2H6. So I think you have understood. You practice it with the more number of questions given in your book. You might have in some books. Along with that you practice it. More and more questions, then you will get the good idea about it. And you will remember how to solve the formula. That's all. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.